Hi, everybody. Welcome to another day of advisory. I hope you guys are having a fantastic short week here at WTY. Today, what I want to take you through is some weekly goal setting. We've already talked about short term goals and long term goals, what the difference is between those two. Now, I'm going to talk to you about making a short term goal weekly. I want us to get in the habit of making a weekly goal for ourselves just to practice goal setting and achieving those goals. In a minute, you're going to draw this chart in your journal. You can start now if you want. It's very simple. It's got on the top the weekly goal, which means what do I want to finish within the week, and then 3 to 5 specific action steps to accomplish that goal. When you're writing your weekly goal, you want to make sure it's very specific and can be achieved by next time you look at this goal, which will be Wednesday. It can either be about school or something going on in your own life that you want to achieve. After you've set your goal, on the second row, you have an opportunity to write 3 to 5 specific steps that you can take. This way, you have a list of exactly what you need to do in order to achieve the goal that you set out to achieve. I also want to show you an example of what I mean when I say specific. I want to show you an example of a weekly goal that is kind of broad and general and may not be super achievable, and I'm going to show you how to make it more specific to where you can actually get it done. So in my example, my vague, non-specific goal is by next Wednesday, I want to be better at math. The problem with this goal is that it's not very easily measurable. You can't tell after a week whether you just got better at math. We want to make that more specific. And so instead of being better at math, you can say, I want to be making 80s or above on my math work by this time next Wednesday. Now that's a specific goal. It's got a number to it, it's got a very specific time frame, and it's something that you can absolutely achieve in 1 week. When you get down to the action steps, you also want to make those specific. So here I have examples of 3 non-specific action steps. So number 1 is concentrate in class. Number 2 is go to tutoring. And number 3 is take notes. Now I can say I concentrated in class more this week. I can say I went to tutoring this week. And I can say I took notes. But again, they're not very specific. There's no way to check them off once you finish them. So instead, take your non-specific action steps and make them more specific. Instead of saying concentrate in class, you can do something that will actually help you concentrate in class. My example here is leaving your phone in your bag during math. That's one specific thing you can do and check off to say I did it that will help you concentrate in math. The second thing is go to tutoring. To make go to tutoring more specific, you can write down how many times you want to go to tutoring in order to achieve your goal. And then after you go twice, you can check that off your list. And on the third action step, instead of just saying take notes, you can say what specifically you want to write down that will help you. In this case, you can write down at least 3 things you are confused about in order to get them clarified by the teacher in class or in tutoring. And again, that is something that you can check off after you've done it. For a few weeks, we're going to be checking in with our weekly goals every Wednesday. I want you to get into the practice of setting and achieving these goals. And so for best results, you can do these things. You can review your goal in your journal whenever you come back to A-Day Advisory on Friday and Monday. Better yet, you can rewrite your goal and action steps on another piece of paper or a note in your phone so that you'll have access to it all week. And the most satisfying part of this is that you can check off or cross out actions after you complete them. I find that the more things that I check off my to-do list, the better I feel about whatever it is I'm doing. Those are my suggestions on how to make good weekly goals. Remember that your goal can be either academic, something having to do with school, or personal, anything else outside of school. But it has to be specific, and it has to have specific action steps that you can take and check off in order to achieve that goal. I look forward to seeing what you're able to do this week, and I look forward to checking in on these goals next Wednesday. That's all for me for now. Be good to yourself and others, and I'll see you soon.